Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I decided I wanted to work on my island a bit and get some things done. I want to do a little bit of decorating and maybe even cleaning up my island a bit. We have a lot of work to do, so without further ado, let's get started. So this is the section I want to decorate, kind of to the left of Agnes's house. First though, I'm going to pick up these items from my previous theme because we don't need them anymore. Then I tried to chop down this tree, which had a wasp inside of it. Out of all the trees, it had to choose that one. But it's okay, I didn't get stung. And to be honest, I don't really have that many trees on my island anyway, so I guess the wasp didn't really have a choice. But at the end, I finally got the tree chopped down, and after that, it left a clear empty area for me to work with. I decided I wanted to fence off Agnes's yard. It isn't built yet, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get into her territory when I was building. Also, I wanted to see how much space I would give her by fencing off an area for her. If you didn't know this, Agnes is actually my starter villager, which means I've had her for a really long time. She still actually has that ugly starter home interior. But I decided I wanted to give her something a little bit more special for being on this island for such a long time and being my starter villager. Now I'm working on the water feature a little bit. I didn't want to remove the bridge because it would be a whole hassle to remove it and it will also take a long time. And I just felt like it was nice there and maybe I could incorporate it with the scene. So I decided to kind of extend the river and make it look more natural. Once I finished with the bottom section, I started working on the top. At that time, I had an idea to make kind of a river extending to a little pond. So that's what I was trying to do here, but I messed with it so much because I didn't know if it looked right or not. I eventually got it to a point where I was happy with it, so I started working on the decorating. I found this really nice snowy path. I'll put all the codes that I use in this video in the description, but for some reason it was really hard to use. For some reason, this path was more of a squarish curved shape. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but if you see on the screen, it's a little bit more squared. Usually the paths that I used are more rounded, so that's probably why it was harder to use. Or it could be that I'm just really bad at using paths, which I am, so that could also be the reason why. After I finished with the blob path, I'm gonna call it the blob path because it looks like a blob, I started to add the decorations. I first started by planting trees because I really wanted to make a tiny stump. That was my whole vision for this entire area. But I was struggling to place this one singular tree, but eventually I did find a good place for this tree and I cut it down into that tiny stump, a perfect seat for a little critter. As I place all the little decorations and details, let me take this time to talk about what this area is all about. So if you've been watching my videos, you might know that I cannot stick with the theme. I keep changing my theme, which is a habit I need to break because I really like a whole dedicated theme, and if I keep changing my theme, I don't know what I'm doing. And if I have a dedicated theme, I could make builds that lead up to it and it'll look nice and pretty. But if I keep changing my theme, all my builds might not add up to each other, and I want a theme, so I know that I don't have to have a theme, but I think it would be nice if I had one. But I was thinking about that while building this build, and I had an idea of what my main island might look like. So I was thinking in the front part, it could be more like cozy town core vibes, using like more city items and things like that. But more in the back side of my island, it'll be more natural and cozy. So It'll still share the same cozy vibe, but it'll just be two different themes. And I don't know if I could pull that off, but if I can, then I think it'll look really cohesive and nice. I started to extend the path from the neighborhood, leading up to the start or entrance of the snowy forest. I made a second blobby path leading up to the neighborhood path, so it looks like the two paths are connecting. Except I struggled on this path a lot more than when I was making the first snowy path. I mean, the first attempt doesn't look natural, and then I tried again and again, and it still didn't look right. Finally, I did get it to a point where I was happy with it, just like the first path, but I think the first path is still better than the second path. I want to say that this is my best idea ever, having a frosted puddle and then put the little snow boots on top of it. I think it's really cute. And then I tried placing this destination signpost, but it won't go directly on one square, and that bothers me. I don't see those that often. That's actually probably why. It doesn't go exactly in the center of a square, and that probably bothers everyone. I switched the destination signpost to an angled signpost, and I think it looks a lot better. My only complaint is that picture is a fruit tree, and it said, when I customized it, it said forest. So I wish it would have been like a cedar tree, because cedar trees are more thought of in forests, not fruit trees. I don't think anyone really thinks of fruit trees. So that's my only complaint, and it's just a little detail, but little details matter. And I also had to bring back the snow angels. I almost forgot about it actually, but the snow angel is such a pretty custom design. I'm now adding some finishing touches and fixing some of the decorations that I decided not to keep. Next, I placed down a campfire for those cozy feelings, and I also try to put it on top of the little step so it gives off more of an illusion that it's a cliff or a step and not just custom designs. I'm now placing down the final detail, which is this firewood, and I placed it next to the campfire, of course. This is a final look at the little area I decorated. I time traveled so all the trees and bushes would be grown. This is probably one of the proudest works I've done on this island, and I hope you enjoyed watching or found inspiration from this as well. Again, thank you for watching. I was hoping that I'd do more builds, but time didn't really work out. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!